traders, there are some specific things in trading that if you don't do it right, they can mess with your psychology. You can get tired, exhausted, bored of charts, and I believe that you will stop focusing on the right moves. I'm talking from my own experience and what I realized in the last 5 years of trading. I can honestly say that there has been a huge improvement in my trading and I'm proud of it, and I want to share exactly what I'm doing in order for you to apply it too. Hello traders and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, I've been trading in the Forex market for the last 5 years and I've learned a lot. And right now, because I'm passionate about social media as well, I want to share everything online and I want to make your trading journey easier. So go ahead, like and subscribe and activate the notifications button if you're into this kind of content. Now, I believe that I talked enough. We can jump straight into the video. Okay, now that we are on charts, I want to talk about some certain aspects. First of all, I don't know if you're a day trader, a swing trader, a scalper. However, the situation is similar for all of us. I'm a scalper, but in the same time, if I don't see the price in a good area, I simply do not trade. It's kind of the same thing for me as a day trader or a swing trader. So, first of all, when you open the charts and you make your analysis, you observe the market structure. Basically, what you're following is the price action and you wish for the price to go into a certain area where you're interested for a trade, right? Now, especially if you're a day trader or a scalper, I believe that sometimes you will avoid using the alerts. This is what I believe. Because you think that 1 hour or 2 hours of waiting isn't a lot. You think that you can do it. You think that you can observe the price action and the movements and everything will be alright without adding or setting an alert. Let's go on 15 minutes in order to explain you what I'm talking about. So here is a really nice example. I see a lot of liquidity sitting over here. I decided based on the higher time frames that I want to take a sell somewhere around here, right? After this liquidity is taken. However, because I have a lot of free time and I just want to trade in that specific day, I won't set alerts and I will just stare at the charts for, I don't know, 5 hours, 6 hours. Is that beneficial for my trading? Absolutely not. Why is that? I'm gonna get bored. I'm gonna see opportunities that aren't there, first of all. For example, I'm gonna see some price structure over here, right? I'm gonna see maybe some change of character to the downside and I will be, okay, maybe the price doesn't want to take those highs over here and I can place my trade lower, right? This is what happens if you are on the charts constantly and you don't respect your technical analysis, if you don't respect your plan from some hours ago that you created. Because you have been on charts all of this time, you observed the movements, but you got bored. This is the problem, you got bored after some time, because sometimes some movements take more time than expected. Sometimes the market moves slower because it happens. It can happen all the time, especially on Mondays, Fridays, the market doesn't have enough volume. So instead of you taking the position, taking the sell where you wanted to, you took it lower. Why? Because you had no patience. A nice way to avoid doing this is to simply add an alert, right? So you avoid entering the trade too early because you got bored of the charts. And meanwhile, in the time that you see those things happening and they are developing on the chart, you can do something else. You can, I don't know, work on something else. You can relax, you can meditate, you can read a book, you can solve other tasks during the day, and you won't get tired just because of the charts. So you will get to take a qualitative trade. You will get to have your entry exactly where you established. This is what I'm doing. I'm not following the charts non-stop. I'm just setting an alert, and in the same time, I'm setting an alert in the favorable direction, for example, on the sell part. Because maybe the price decided to go short without touching my entry point, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that I should take a trade there in the first place, because that trade didn't have my confluences. I would rather miss it than just enter in a trade just because of the fear of missing out. So this is what I'm doing most of the times. I'm just setting alerts at the liquidity level, and also I'm setting alerts in the favorable direction so I can see if the price left without me and I'm just waiting for nothing, because it can happen, I told you. But the idea is to not take a trade if you're unsure of your entry. Alright guys, so I established what I'm doing before taking a trade, when I'm looking for trades. But What exactly am I doing when I'm in a position? Because this is pretty important as well. You know that price doesn't move so fast when you're inside the trade, right? You have to wait a lot, you have to be patient, and you have to know where to close partials, and also you have to watch the price action meantime. So it's a lot of things, a lot of control. Basically, trading is an industry where you have full control of what you're doing, right? You decide when to enter in a trade, if you use a stop loss, if you do not use a stop loss, where to take partials, if you're taking partials. Like, there are no rules for this game. You have to create your own set of rules and respect them over and over again. A really great trading plan that you're gonna use in the future for all of your trades, because if you do not have these rules and you're gonna trade however you want in that specific moment, based on your feelings, based on your emotions, I don't believe that this is going to be a right end for you. This is not going to be good. So I suggest you to establish some rules, right? Now you have to establish your rules for yourself. But in the same time, make your life easier. Please make your life easier by applying what I'm saying right now. You established your risk, you entered the trade. Let's say that we entered inside this trade, right? How we close the trade? Are you going to close it here at 1, 2, 3? Are you going to take partials or not? If you are establishing that here at 1, 2, 3, because you have something happening here, is your target and you don't want to take partials, please, before this happens, set an alert, right? And then close your profit manually. This is cool. Of course, you can just set the profit from the start. But another thing that you can do, if you go for partials, is to set a lot of alerts at the partials points. For example, let's say that you want to take a partial here. I imagine that this is a 5-minute change of character, if I'm not wrong. It's pretty possible because it had a reaction as well. Let's say that here you establish that you're gonna set the trade on break even, right? Let's say that here at this high, this liquidity point, there's another TP. There's TP2, another partial. Let's say that you want the trade to continue for I don't know how long. If you have more partials, let's say that you want it here as well. So what I suggest is to follow the trade, to trace these lines on your chart, and every time one is hit, for example this one, you know what you're doing. You can even note it on the line. For example, you can note this line as break even. Those are your rules for the trade. Do not create another set of rules when you're inside the trade. Just follow the rules that you established initially, because you thought of them a lot. You don't have to change it. You don't have to have like 10 alternatives of what's going to happen. If the price action is nice, if the momentum is nice and it's in your favor, and the price isn't choppy, in order for it to go back to break even and I don't know, just be inside this area going up and down, you don't have any reason to change your mind. Usually if this happens for me, I close the trade on break even and I do not let it run. But if this doesn't happen and the price action is nice, I'm just respecting what I established initially. So the alert was hit here. You can even name it. For example, you can say set trade on break even. If you have this on your phone, this is going to be pretty nice. You just go to your MetaTrader and know what you're going to do because you have the notification there. Make your life easier, please. Do not be on charts. Do not watch the price like this. Do not stare into the charts too much because you're gonna get bored and this is not going to be favorable for you. Again, I said that. Cool. So you established that you set the trade on break even here. Now, you can move this alert. Of course, you can use more alerts if you want. I just don't want my chart to be overcomplicated. I usually have time to be in front of the computer all day. I have my trading view on the left, and on the right, I'm doing other things. I'm taking care of my social media, I'm doing some shopping, I'm doing other stuff that doesn't require trading. So for me, one single alert is good. I'm just moving it around. After it gets hit, I create another one over here. Like here, if this alert gets hit, I'm gonna close another take profit, right? And I'm sticking to the plan. If the price goes further, I'm gonna close another take profit here. See, usually if you have more take profits, it can take days for the trade to go in the right direction, especially if your time zone is a little bit, like it's not the best one, you know? You can sleep meanwhile. because as you can see, this is the Asian session. Usually I sleep in the Asian session. So it's good for me to have alerts, right? But what's even better in this situation, if you plan to sleep, is to open multiple trades with smaller lots. For example, if I established, I don't know why this isn't closing, but however, for example, if I establish that I might keep this trade overnight, even if it's not the best thing to do for me, I don't like it. What I do is, instead of opening a big position here, I'm opening more positions for each partial, right? I'm having 1, 2, 3 partials. I'm opening 3 positions. Let's say that I'm risking 1%. I'm gonna split the risk into 3 trades. Or let's get easier for the calculus. Let's say that I want to risk 1.5% per trade. However, 1.5% it's a little too much, but it's easy for the calculus. One entry will value 0.5%, right? Let's say that I'm trading with 3 lots, right? And I'm having 3 entries here. If one single entry is 3 lots for 1.5% risk, this means that if I will have 3 entries here instead of 1, this means that I'm gonna risk 1 lot per entry. The first entry will have the TP here. The second entry will have the TP set over here. The third entry will have the TP set here. So I don't have to follow the trade and I can sleep peacefully, especially if the first alert got hit over here and my trade was set on break even, so I can't even hit the stop loss. So this is all automated and I'm not going to have a hard time with it. I believe that this is the ultimate way to trade. I believe that this is really, really important and you should take it into consideration. It made my life easier. I was an impatient person. I was getting bored of charts, I was getting stressed because I was watching them too much, and I started to create movements that didn't really exist on the chart, so this is the best way for me. So remember, you can either set a lot of alerts or you can split your position into multiple positions with different take profits. So I hope that this video helped you a lot, and if it did, don't forget to like and subscribe and also to activate the notifications. And do not forget to check the description box for more information about what we're doing. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.